Testing 1 2 1 2. I'm back. Come on, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm back on YouTube. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. Ooh. Get in here. Let's go. Get in here. Let's go. Hey. Good morning. Good afternoon, rather. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Did you hear the music? I haven't seen you guys in a minute. What's happening? What is happening? Well, I know what's happening. Of course, if I'm on YouTube, you know I got that breaking news. I actually broke it about an hour, maybe 2 hours ago. But for those who didn't follow me or who aren't following me on my other social media platforms, make sure you're following me on Twitter. This is what I want you to do. Open another window, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram because I am back. I've been out of the loop of social media, but I've been working. Trust and believe. If you don't see me here, I'm out there handling business. With that said, I reported this morning, once I received the official filing that it came down from the United States Court of Appeals for the 11th District Circuit, the 11th District Circuit, not District Correction, Circuit, not District Circuit, that the appeal that was filed by YouTuber Tasha K, Latasha Kebe, and Kebe Studios has been decided on by the panel of 3 justices at the 11th District, 11th Circuit. District Circuit Supreme. District Circuit Supreme. So in that very, very scathing opinion, they pointed out that essentially the claims that were made in the appeal weren't even highlighted. Well, the claims that were made weren't even brought to the forefront in the appeal. So basically, the justice has stated that the 5,500 pages of the proceeding, which occurred in the district court in Georgia, Northern District Court of Georgia, none of what came out of that trial and any errors were mentioned in the appeal, which I thought was very interesting, especially when there were some things that I saw that could have been argued. The main one is ineffective counsel. But the problem with arguing an ineffective counsel is that you allow the same counsel, Olga, to handle your appeal. Of course, she would have been happy to say, I'm going to handle your appeal. Hey, Tasha, I'll handle your appeal for you. Don't worry about it. I know we lost here, but I'll handle your appeal. Well, that helped the lawyer, but didn't help Tasha. It didn't help her. And if I was on her team, which I'm not, I would have said, no way, no how would we ever consider using that attorney for the appeal. Why would you use the same person that helped you lose to help you lose again? That makes no sense. But it happened that way. It was definitely an unfortunate strategy maneuver. However, I was just sent a text message probably about last hour that someone I might say someone, it was Tasha K's from Tasha K's Instagram page, that she apologized to Cardi B and her team. Um, and I can't, I understand why sometimes people don't apologize during the appeal process, because it kind of you're told not to really do anything until after the appeal. So when people say, "Well, she should apologize," well, she should. The time for her to apologize probably should have been when the case wasn't even in court. That would have probably uh, uh, avoided her having to defend herself in this defamation case. If the apologies would have came in, the cease and desist would have been, heated, and just the whole approach. I get it. Well, I really don't get it, because I'm not going to put myself walk in the lion's den when I know the lion bites. But in any case, the case she apologized today on her social media platform. She apologized to the whole team. I'm waiting for a special apology. I don't know if you guys can guess who I'm waiting for her to apologize to. I don't know if that ever happened. It's just all business, but it got a little messy. It got a little messy. I get it. It was messy. It was, it was messy, especially leading up to the trial. Years before the trial, it got very messy. It got very ugly. It got contentious. It was just things that were done didn't have to be done. Um, so yeah, you know, I'm not even going hard. I'm not even going to, like, what's the term? Drag time. No, I'm not going to do that. For what? For what reasons? No need for that. Oh, I didn't know that. Galatians. I didn't know that, but I would just say that um, I don't know how to read the apology. I really don't. I don't know how to read it, because no one ever reached out to me and apologized to me. You know, and when I say me is, I was accused of things that I had nothing to do with. It was, and then the minions came and tried to attack me. To defend her. I'm like, what the heck going on? What is going on here? But at the end of the day, I get it was the pushback, and the posturing, and bad advice probably coming from people in her camp. But again, I truly, honestly, genuinely, and I can say it now. I can say this now. They may not say it, but I try to reach out to try to get it resolved early. I try to reach out to try to get it resolved early. Like apology. That's it. That's all. Just apologize and keep it moving. The short term, hey, you admit you're wrong, keep it moving. Long term, you don't have to deal with this obvious judgment that Cardi's going to still pursue. You know, it would have been real easy you know for her just to have admitted she was wrong, because that's all Cardi wanted. Don't you know don't put her name in this nonsense. Woman had a family. She has a family. Those videos were popping up under her music. It was literally popping up under her music, and it was a distraction, but not so much if you look at the overall picture now, because Cardi has broken more records with one album than many have broken in their entire career. So that just shows that, one, I get it. She identified her as a big target and moved on it and used whatever tools that she can use to uh, extract from the attention that Cardi was getting in her music, in her career. But was it really worth it? I don't know. Only Tasha K knows if it was really worth it. You know, only I think the true apology would be in the form of a check. That's the more solid apology, in the form of a check. Um, if I think she has the ability to pay her? Absolutely. She's not a she has the ability to pay her. She has the resources. She has intangible assets that can satisfy that judgment. She has an intangible asset, two of them, that can satisfy the judgment sooner than later. And I think her issuing an apology is the first steps towards that. I mean, she has a brand, she has the numbers. People do shifts all the time. They can, change the way they do business. And this could be a lesson, for others because, there were a lot of people that was rooting against Cardi for the wrong reason and not hone in on why Cardi even filed the lawsuit. And I think that for YouTubers to look at this, don't look at it as a victory. Don't look at this as a victory for Tasha K, because everyone that has put out content that has defamed others, it don't in the end doesn't really pay off, because ultimately you have to pay at some point. It depends on how you pay. Some pay financially, other pay in other ways. But in the end, if you do it with integrity and you do it, you don't do it to be malicious. You don't create content to be malicious because you want attention, just to be destructive. And that's and Tasha K is not it's not exclusive for Tasha K. It's for many. There are several YouTubers out there that will just create content just for the purpose of tearing others down because they thought it's a winning formula. But think about this. If you are really trying to get brands to support you and you get real sponsors, they're going to research the type of content you put out previously, and they're going to try to decide whether or not you want to put their name behind you. Now, is there a pathway forward for Tasha K? There is, with a better team. With a better team. With a real team that has real ideas, that has the ability to do real good imaging, branding, and consulting. But the client has to listen. And a lot of times, if you can't get a client to listen to you, then you're talking to a wall, You're talking to a wall. And if I don't know, a lot of you don't know that I do advise other people in entertainment. I advise a lot of people in entertainment. I don't put people name out there, but I advise a lot of people. Every week, I'm on Zoom calls, strategy meetings. I give advice based on my experience, based on what I learned over 30 plus years in this business. And one thing's for certain, a good run is better than a bad stand. And let me bring that because that may go over some people's heads. So if you have, this is just, I'm going to use the Cowboys and Indians example. If the Cowboys, and this is going old school, you see the Cowboys have more guns than the Indians. Indians just have arrows. The Cowboys have guns. Then the Indians probably should retreat. Or if the Indians have more arrows than the Cowboys, and guns, then the Cowboys should retreat. You got to be able to put up a good fight. Wherever it is. If you choose to go to battle with someone, you got to be prepared to put up a good fight. You got to bring in the right team. You got to bring in the team. It's no I in team. And you got to listen. And, most of the most successful people in entertainment have people around them that are smarter than them, are smarter than them. And they have people that are good in their particular area. And no way, if she was my client, I would have allowed her to move in that fashion. Never. No way. And I've advised millionaires, literal millionaires. They're on TV right now. They're big in music right now. They're in acting. I have these conversations. I have these Zoom calls, and I just signed someone just recently. But but you got to have people that are willing to listen. You know, like there's only going to be a handful of top shelf YouTubers that are going to survive in this YouTube space. They're only a handful. The other ones are just wasting time. Because if you've been doing this YouTube thing for over, like, consistently, you've been doing it for over 3 to 4 years, and you haven't reached your peak yet, then you're probably doing something wrong. You probably should think about either bring in a strong team or find another situation. Because if it's not paying off for you, then why do it? If you're just trying to get a buzz, but not something really strategic going for your YouTube channel, then what's the point? But anyway, this is the outcome. Tasha K's issued her apology. I'm sure the team has seen the apology. I'm sure the team have seen the apology. And I think at the end, it's about what a person does moving forward. It's about what a person does moving forward. That's the ultimate test. Because action speaks louder than words, and money talks, and everything else run marathons. Let's see what we got here. I haven't been on the stream yard in a minute, but I don't. Oh, guys, listen. I just changed my studio up, by the way. I changed it up. If I can show you different, I got some serious stuff going on right now. We had I actually did the painting my daggone self. Shout out to those who have given me advice on colors. I like this color, so we're going to be having some cool stuff coming up, shelves and all this good stuff, but I just wanted to go on here. Didn't you get tired of that white background? Didn't you get tired of that? But yeah, we just changed it up a little bit. We actually are going to be adding some more stuff in, and we're doing things. And listen, I have a big event coming out, coming in June on the West Coast. I don't know if you guys have seen the stuff I've been working on in the past with the New York Fashion Week. It was a very big show. Shout out to Ron Dice Collection. Shout out to Bambi, Loving Hip Hop, my client. Shout out to all the sponsors, all the attendees, all the people that worked along with the team to make it a success. And when I say success, it was one of the biggest fashion shows for New York Fashion Week. We had over 1,000 people, gift bags, and step and repeats, and we had legendary DJ Mr. C. And if you go on my page, or if you go on Ron Dice, I'm gonna type that in. I want you guys to just check out how the production went. The production was phenomenal. I'm gonna type that in here real quick. Just go to Loving Hip Hop Star Bambi's page and scroll down. You'll see some cool stuff. I'm gonna type it in here so you guys can just check out that his Instagram page. And I'm gonna read some of the comments. She apologized. Okay. I mean, I would have advised her to apologize. I would probably said it sooner. I would have she could have saved herself a lot of money. I would have said it sooner, but I get it. Let's see here. You like the color? Okay, that's what's up. So my back wall is what's the color I picked? It looks orange, but it's not actually orange. Then I use the E-Crew for the rest of the other walls. So, when I have guessing, you'll see what the other walls look like. But I stuck with this color. We have like a whole mahogany trim. And when I tell you something, guys, the walls were easy, but that trimming, I had to bring in the tools. But yeah, we're not looking at the trims. That's just for the guests to come in. But yeah, shout out to the guy at Home Depot who figured out what a crew was, because E-Crew, because it wasn't what I thought it was, but it still worked. Let's see, turn over a new leaf. She has more leaves to turn that over. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me go ahead here. Let's see what I do here. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if she's trying to turn over new leaves. She has more leaves to turn over. Oop. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Someone asked that question. Let me see what that says. Okay, so someone said, "Who's more?" I want to answer this question. It's a good question. It's a very good question. I actually interviewed Bernadette Stannis, who played Thelma of Good Times, and I used to dream about Pam Grier. That's interesting. Oh my goodness. Pam Grier played Jackie Brown. I'm going to. It's hard. That's who asked that question? Hey, why are you going to ask a question like that? That's so hard. That's so hard to ask a question like that. I would say I can't answer it. That's weird. I can't answer that question. I'm not going to answer it. Let you answer that question. I can't answer it because they're both my favorite. Um, I would have loved to interview Pam Grier, um, but that opportunity didn't present itself. Also, Irene Cara, who passed on last year, she was someone else I would have loved to have interviewed. Um, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna say Bernadette Stannis. I'm just gonna leave it at Bernadette. How about that? Okay, let's see here. Okay. Mm. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna share the link because I want to let you guys talk about this. I'm gonna bring someone up. I'm gonna bring someone on the platform. I'm gonna let you guys talk about this. Oh, hold on, guys. My alarm just went off. Stand by. Stand by. I'm gonna put this on pause. Okay, guys. Wow. All right, guys. So I might get a phone call because my alarm just went off and someone tripped my alarm. So stand by here. Let me just. Okay. All right. Let's see here. No, see what happens is I usually turn my alarm off. Well, I can't take my security system, but yeah, it was tripped. And I'm going to have to make sure uh, police are not responding. Okay. All right. Hold on. Stand by, guys. I need my other phone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to grab another phone, and I believe the alarm company is sending police to the house. So I'm going to pause this and get my phone just to give them. I let them know everything's okay. So I'm gonna put you guys in a holding pattern until I come back. Stand by. So I get some music or something. We're not ending the live, so stand by. Just give me about. Hey. Be careful where you drop your seed because you can't. Hey. All right, guys. So I had to grab another phone. My phone, one of my phones was turned off, so they're probably going to send Popo to check and make sure everything is good. Okay. Let's make sure my phone is on. They're probably trying to call me, but my phone's off. So let's see. Anyway, yeah, this case could have, it could have went a whole different direction, but because I guess the advice that was given, I don't know. Olga, if you're watching, call into the show. Olga, if you're watching, call into the show if you want to talk. I don't think she's going to let you. Client, attorney-client privileges, but you are invited to call in. Okay. I did share that, Melanie. I did share that. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. My device has to power up. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay. Just got the call. Let's see here. Just now. Let me call. Stand by. I had to put you guys on mute. Oh God. Oh, stand by. This is real time, guys. This is real time. I'm gonna put you on mute. Okay, how about now? I'm sorry. Okay, I just posted the link. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. I had it on mute because I thought my alarm company was calling me. They tried to call me the first time. So I'm sharing the link. If you want to discuss this, I guess this is the final phase in the whole court process. But I posted the link. You want to join the conversation? Make sure you come in with your camera on, and let's stay on topic if you want to be a part of this conversation. So the United States Court of Appeals, 11th Circuit, ruled that the merits of Tasha K's appeal is without merit, and they basically have decided that this case is done. They affirmed the lower court's decision. So that's it. That's it with the case. That is it with the case. That is it with the case. Uh, so let's see. Let's see. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can get someone on this call real quick. Hold on. Hold on, guys.
Please leave your message for 9.
Okay. All right. They're probably asleep. All right. Listen, if you want to join in live, come on in. I'm trying to get someone closely connected with this case on the line. So I'm kind of stalling until that person picks up. What's up, Kim? I see you out there. I see you, Kim. I mean, it's a lesson. At the end of the day, it's a lesson, it's a lesson learned, for others. Hopefully, others can benefit from the lessons from this case. Hopefully, that is the case. Others can benefit from the lesson from this case. I mean, it's a very expensive lesson, but, you know, is what it is. We just have to see what how, all parties involved move forward and how they are able to really put this behind them. You know, this YouTube space can be lucrative if you use it the right way. If you use it in a manner in which it can be a great place for content creators. You know, there's opportunities there. There are opportunities there. This is just kind of crazy that even the people that consume that type of content, you know, the people that consume that type of content kind of inspires people that are creating that type of content to continue to create that type of content. But at some point, I'll give you an example. When DJ Academics started his career, I don't know if it was on YouTube or Instagram. I've seen where he was at then, I see where he's at now. He's, you know, he's being more analytical in his approach to covering stories. He's attempting to educate his peers in the manner in which he covers stories. And I see that as a good thing because when he first came out, he wasn't liked by a lot of people, but he was able to shift the narrative to build his brand. and to open the door of other opportunities for him. And I think, quite honestly, Tasha K could do the same. But it has to be a 365-degree turn. It has to be a big turn. Not 360, not 365, that's years. But 360. But I think it can be done. I don't think that the opportunity is not there for her. Yeah, I agree with you, Kim. Let me post that comment there. Well, at this point, change can only benefit Tasha at this point. It can only benefit at this point. At this point, she has a captured audience, but this is the moment where she can change. But I don't know. I think after the verdict, I think that's when the change should have happened. Quite honestly, after the verdict came in, I think that's when the change should have really started. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. The change should have started after the verdict, because that's a wake-up call. It didn't take long for the jury to come back with their decision. I think that's the time change should have started. The rebranding should have started. But it's my belief that that's when the change should have started, not after the appeals court come back with their decision. Because I didn't see that. Everyone has a right to appeal in any of these type of proceedings. They have a right to appeal. They all have a right to appeal, unless you waive your right, and then you still can't. You still have 30 days to appeal for whatever reason. Even at the state level, you have 30 days to appeal. And one of the things, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram this morning, but one of the things I was pointing out that the justices pointed out that even at the district court level where the case was being held, at the conclusion of the trial, the lawyer didn't even put in a motion for a new trial. And I didn't even think about that. It went straight from the verdict to while we filed an appeal. But what happened to the motion for a new trial? That would have been decided by the district court judge. For example, in the case of Tory Lanez, he lost his trial in Los Angeles. And what's the first things the new attorneys did? They filed a motion for a new trial. Never mind the appeal, they filed a motion for a new trial. They didn't put a notice. I don't know if they put a notice in for the appeal yet, because they're trying to get a new trial. So at that point, you give the judge that actually presided over the case an opportunity to look at everything that was done based on how the motion was briefed for his consideration. So in this case, there was never a motion filed for a new trial. And I don't know if it was even a conversation had between Olga and Tasha about filing a motion for a new trial, because that would have been a strategic move that would have gave the judge an opportunity to look at what happened from outside of the, obviously, the jurors and all spectators. You can go and look at the 5,500 pages of the proceeding, or not all 5,500, but whatever that was raised during the briefing of that motion for a new trial. But what the justices said in the 11th Circuit is that there was never a motion filed for a new trial, which tells me that the lawyer that she had for the trial should have never represented her for the appeal. Should never represent her. That's when you have the machine working against you, when you don't use the tools that are available for your defense. And I don't know if anyone ever even brought that up. I don't know. In everyone I spoke with, I don't know if anyone even said, "Hey, she should." You know, it went from the the trial verdict to a speech or a statement being released that was geared towards an appeal. But a motion for a new trial would have made sense. That would have made sense. That would have been good strategy. That would have been preparation. That would have been perfecting the record for an appeal. That would have gave the, like there were pre-trial motions being made, and even that could have been some of the tools used for the motion for a new trial. Well, can't she? I agree with you, but once you end the fight, well, she had the opportunity to, to fire the attorney. She definitely had that opportunity. She chose to go with her. So if you're going to go with that person, at least make sure they're doing the work. And I don't. It's still to this day we don't know who posted that review on Olga's page on, I think it's on Google, it's on the internet. We don't know if it was Tasha, we don't know if it was someone pretending to be Tasha, but a lot of people believe that it was Tasha basically calling her lawyer out, but they never addressed that. Tasha K never addressed that. Was it her or not? That may be a question that can be asked somewhere down the road. Did she post that comment on the lawyer's page? And if so, why did she continue to have that lawyer on her case? Who knows? But the case is over with. Let's see what happens next. But it's out of the courts now. It's not Supreme Court's not touching this with a 10-foot pole. Just even looking at the 5-page ruling that will be available, I will provide a link in this video. There will be a link provided to the website where you can look at the ruling yourself. It's 5 pages. Don't worry, it's easy reading. You can look at the case citations, what they reference to make their decision in their opinion, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. And it should be used as a lesson for those who, find themselves in similar situations. Like, are you really trying to go this route? There's another case that I am working on that involves another high profile lawsuit. Well, lawsuit, high dollar amount. But I can't talk about that just yet, but soon I will. As soon as I get the okay, I will discuss that, because it's strange things happening in that case too. A lot of weird stuff, and a lot of stuff that could have been avoided that wasn't. Things that should have been done that wasn't done. But again, at the end of the day, you got to do the work. You got to be willing to do the work. If you're going to take the person's money, at least be willing to do the work, and make sure that it is worthy of even working on the case. Be honest with it. Just because someone hires you to just because you hire an attorney, you got to make sure that you have the ability to win. But in this case, she was brought in, so she was defended, so she had to defend herself. So that's the other part. When you become a defendant in the case and you're served, you got to bring in your legal team to get you out of that situation. You got to bring in your legal team. But if you're the plaintiff, you got to know what you're going to spend to get to that point, to get the justice that you want. But once you're in the fight, you got to be prepared to fight. At the end of the day, you got to be prepared to fight. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you joining. This live will be ending, and I'm glad you guys like my colors. I love my colors. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have some fun with this. I can't wait till the shelving comes in. I can put the awards up and all that cool stuff. I don't know if I want to put all that. There's some. Not too many. A few. It's gonna be cool. I promise you guys. With that said, this live will be ending. Let's see here. Oh, I'm out.